Lavanta, obviously it's a tremendous accomplishment. You go north and win last week, and obviously some people thought that was an upset. You didn't, right?
Nah, not at all. We went up there with the intent on executing, understood what they brought to the table, respected Sterlington and the job Coach Dottie does. But yeah, we liked our chances going in.
You know, you lost that game to ED White Catholic. Did you benefit from that? Is that something that actually helped you and moved you forward toward this step?
Yes, I believe so. I think it helped us in terms of facing the playoff teams that we've been facing thus far. Heavy run-oriented teams, tough-nosed teams, and I think we grew from that loss.
Talk about Braden Williams and what job he's done for you this year.
Yeah, Braden's been awesome. He's a returning starter with 3A state, all-state last year as a quarterback, and it always helps when you bring your starting quarterback back to lead your offense. But he's more importantly, he's a better kid. You know, he's coachable. He's a program kid, and he just makes our jobs a lot easier, coaches.
It's been another graduating class since 2019 when you won, but you were part of that, obviously, with Robert. Just talk about the experience from 2019, winning a state championship and carrying it over, and what you learned from that and how it can benefit you here.
I think it'll benefit us, will really benefit me, and as we transition to the state championship, we just managing time. You know, just having because that time will fly on you quick if you don't manage it right. So just keeping the main thing in terms of preparation. So just managing time, managing practice, dealing with the interviews and things of that nature, just keeping our kids focused on the task at hand.
You face a team not unlike the one you faced last week, similar from the same league.
Yeah.
Talk about that and preparing for this team.
A lot of similarities. It's almost like they must coach, do clinics together or something. I don't know, but they're foot to foot, physical ball club, tough nose ball club. But we played Union in 2019 in the semis. So we know what we're in store for, and I think our kids have been doing a good job preparing for this game.
When that team lost Trey Holland, you know, a lot of people didn't know necessarily what they had coming back, but can you talk about the Highland kid they're running back this year and just maybe what you've seen from them?
Wears the same number, same style offense, 7 yards in deep in the backfield, is going to come downhill. He's kind of similar to the kid from Sterlington as well, but he's a little more thicker and runs a little more harder.
Coach, you coach these guys hard?
Absolutely. I think it's no other way in the profession that we're in as being leaders of young men. You can't go into this about being their friends. You know, you want to lead them and project these kids and give them the right things. We're not in it for friendships. You know, we're in it to build young men.
So the discipline part of it is, you think, a big reason why you're here?
Part of it, yeah. Part of it, blessings of God, most importantly, right? Having a good group of coaches around you, good supportive administration, and all that stuff bodes well into the success that we're having as a program.
So what was the real chat that you had before the season with this team? What was the message from you?
Unfinished business. That's what we put on our schedule. That's what our word, emphasis of the week is finish. Every week we give those kids a word, and it just came to fruition, and it's just as important to use finish as our last emphasis of the week.
How much of a boost was it to continue to finish your business this year and route beat Manning who ended your year last season? It's
funny you say that. You know, sometimes I think God has a funny sense of humor, but he blessed us to be in a position to avenge that, right? But now, in all due respect to Manny, I think we played well that night. Then we transitioned and obviously had a great week last week against Sterlington, and we're hoping to build off that as we lead to this championship game against Union.
From your perspective, what did you learn as a head coach getting to the Dome in Scotland? And what can you take from that experience that's helping you get ready for this one?
That was an interesting night at Scotlandville, man. We were scheduled to play at 7, didn't get on the field till 11. But that's another story. I believe Ed was sitting in on that interview as well after the game. So just managing time and being able to deal with anything that comes, learning how to keep your kid focused for whatever happens. And it all boils down to just managing the time because you never know what's going to happen.
Coach, that game goes by so quickly in the Dome. Have you warned your kids about that? Hey, let's make sure we're on cue early, because if not, you've seen it get away from teams because they're kind of a little starstruck.
Yeah, it got away from us against Evangel that year when I was at Scotlandville. We actually met on that as a staff after practice, and we talked about those very same things. Just make sure we manage this game because it can go well for you, and at the blink of an eye, you can be down 21 points.
So do you have to coach it a little bit harder this week, do you think?
No, I think you be who you are. You know, you keep the main thing. You continue that same process that got us to where you are. You don't have to deviate too much from it.
THDE, Coach. Just
Mm-hmm.
talk about what that means to St. James and how important that message is.
Yeah, I think that was instilled by the great Rick Gailey. We use that in our Wildcat Creed in honor of him. You know, so we respect everything, all the history and tradition that he's built at St. James, and we're just trying to carry on that.
Coach, do you think the hard work is paid off more than anything else? Assistant in the past, and now at St. James as the head coach. Now you got them to the Dome. What are your thoughts that your hard work's paying off, and also the other Work Parish groups joining you in the Dome this weekend?
Yeah, just congratulations to those guys, Coach at St. Charles and Riverside. Those guys do a great job with their programs. We actually scheduled St. Charles next year and looking to get Riverside on it as well and bring some of these River Parish teams together and get those games back going. But in terms of what we're doing at St. James, man, it's more about, it's never about me, man. It's about the guys that surround me. I allow it to be a student-centered, student-first program. We're great to have a great community showing with us. They showed out, came up and showed out last week at Sterlington, and we're looking for them to do the same thing this coming Friday.
Coach, does it make financial sense to schedule those games?
Yes, to answer your question, absolutely.
What do you feel like that says about River Parish football? When you have, I believe last year, same thing, like 3 teams from River Parishes, this year 3 teams from River Parishes in the Dome. What does that say about the quality of football?
Says a lot. You know, me being from New Orleans, we always would debate with some of my college mates that were from the River Parish, and we would debate who had the better ball. But now it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. And so right now I'm representing the River Parish. And there's good ball out there. There's great coaching going on out there. There's great community support going on out there. So I think that speaks for itself.
Thank you, Coach.